everybody. How are you all doing today? It is now April the 21st, a Saturday. It's about 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin. I actually just woke up. I started the video 5 minutes in. I realized I didn't, one, take a shower yet, two, or even change my t-shirt, and three, I'm going back to bed right after this video. So I changed my t-shirt into my sick t-shirt. As you guys can see, this is my Bruce Lee t-shirt, Dragon of the Spirit. I usually wear it when I'm feeling under the weather, and I'm gonna make this video for you guys because I've been feeling this social obligation lately, right? Or this public obligation to catch you guys up and keep you guys up to date. Because hey, if I'm helping you guys learn and grow your skills, then I also feel somewhat and partially obligated. Not because I feel like I have to, but because I want to, right? I want to make sure that I'm responsible for you guys. So let's get started with this video here. And for some people have actually been asking, hey, Philakone, do you actually have a new what do you call it? A new account here for Steemit. Now, if you guys don't know, this is actually how you support me. So you simply just go to my Steemit. As you guys can see, I've been working on my Steemit account for about a month now, and I see it as a small little project. In 1 month, I've made $547. Yoo-hoo! You know, it's not a lot of money, but it's extra money that goes towards my dog, and it's kind of like a fun project where I can also grow and build another type of community. So for the people that don't know where my Steemit is, it's actually posted in the link below. So you guys are welcome to head there, make a small account, and you will always find tons of charts there. If you guys are watching my videos, just as an example, right, you guys are going to find a lot of information on here. First of all, you're going to get my general bias, for example, right? I'll write things like Ethereum hit target range. All 5 counts are in. A correction has a much higher probability of happening than another wave. And I talk about my long-term bias, 6 months plus. I talk about my neutral bias, which is about next week. And I also talk about my short-term bias as well, which is today. So I'll actually put in tons and tons of charts, as you guys see here, okay? Tons of charts, which don't really fit Twitter because there's always more than 4 or 5 charts on there. And you guys are welcome to support me by simply just going over to the bottom here and just click on this tiny little upvote button, which actually costs you guys nothing. And that's how I keep my material free. Because believe it or not, this small amount of income that I get from Steemit and on YouTube, which is like almost nothing compared to my actual trading, it's what's actually it's actually what keeps me fairly happy in general to keep it free. So if I'm making like, a few hundred or 1,000 a month, it makes me feel like I can keep it for free and I don't need to charge the public for anything. So it's kind of like a win-win situation for all of us, right? So yeah, and my new Steemit is in the link below. Is simply just at Philakone Steemit there. And for the people that don't know and about my tutorials, right? Head over there and check it out, guys. I've got lesson 1 to 24. It's literally 35 hours of tutorials over 24 lessons, and they are awesome tutorials. I one day decided to make the best tutorials on the internet. And honestly, they are on par with some of the absolute best tutorials, if not better than all of them out there, because I've watched all of them. And if you watch all of them, you kind of get an idea of what to do a lot better, right? So give it a shot. You just see the pictures in each link below. Simply click on it, and it brings you to my link here. And it actually has all 25 tutorials, right? So you guys are going to have fun getting through all of them. If you guys actually get through all of them, give me a shout out. Give me a link on the bottom here and just say that, hey, I actually got through all of them. This is an awesome tutorial series. So anyways, let's get into Bitcoin. We're still bearish, guys. We have actually, wow, $380 billion still? It's kind of good. That's kind of cool. We were at $380 billion yesterday, so we're not really losing too much steam in the market right now. We're only at $8,700, down from 9. Well, actually, we got up to about 300 and I think 95 billion. Let's have a look what we were at yesterday. At the highest point, yeah, 390 billion is the highest we got to. We started trending down at 4 in the morning, 368, and now we're at about 380 billion still. We see a lot of coins starting to get into the red as expected, right? We're seeing Ripple take one of the biggest hits, and I think IOTA took a big hit too. We got 4% down, but we don't really see anything double-digit down. Wonk wonk, Verge is still getting hit. Not as hard though, right? Because it was so down already. Populous is gotta look at Populous, guys. Okay, I don't know what this coin is, but man, we have seen some really ridiculous growth on Populous. And what exchange is it on? Binance, OKX. All right, hit BTC. Not bad, guys. Not bad, this coin. All right, not bad at all. Okay, let's take a look at the trending volume for the 24-hour volume now for Bitcoin. Historical volume right here. We were looking at, it's actually not really trending down that much compared to what I thought it would actually get to. I thought it would get down to like 7 billion, but we see it slowly trending up, trending up. And today we are definitely losing a little bit of steam. Yesterday, when we reached a high of about 9,000 plus there, it was at $8.3 billion. And today we're at about 8.166. So which goes to show that we're losing a little bit of steam in the market right now. No pun intended. So we see a lot of coins right now forming a type of descending triangle. EOS is definitely forming it, right? We take a look at XRP, and it's got more of a bearish pattern right now than anything. Ethereum, I'm glad that you guys didn't go long on Ethereum there at the 500 or $600 range there. So yeah, I see this as ABC pattern that's starting to form right here, and we're pretty much on the B leg that's going to come down. So let's take a look at Bitcoin and start off with the daily chart. On the daily chart, what we're seeing right now, with about 3 hours to go on the daily candle, is a bearish spinning top. And of course, we wanted to push through this 200 moving average, and push through it did, reaching a high of 9,069 there. And I'm just going to pull up my Steemit because it actually shows you guys my last blog that I made here. So let's get this done with. Okay, my throat's super dry. Let me just pour myself some grape juice. Okay, so I apologize if that was gross, guys, and you guys heard me drinking there. So I mentioned there were two possible cases, right? BT rallies to breaks above 84.58 there, and the target was between 9,000 to 9,300, and we basically hit those targets with flying ease, guys. So we rally. That was case one to 92.93, which did not happen. Case two is we correct between 8,000 to 8,500. That scenario is still in play right there, okay? I was mentioning that if we break above here, there would be some really long sideways trend till pretty much May. And that's honestly what I still believe. I don't think the rally is going to happen anytime soon, guys, okay? So the case one was that we break, to up there pretty much, and then we come down. Or sorry, we go from here to come down. Case two was we get a little bit higher and come down still. But nevertheless, guys, we gotta acknowledge this, okay? Gotta give this respect, guys. Always draw in on your log scale here. Let me just get my drawing tools up. Always draw on here your log scale that intersects with a bunch of these lines. Draw it as best as you possibly can on like maybe a 4 hour or something like that, okay? Make sure you're definitely intersecting it, getting it a very good look over here. And what we see in the daily is that we broke above the 200 moving average, now getting a bearish spinning top candle, which is very indicative that the bulls are starting to lose control, in my opinion. I see this as 5 counts over here, okay? I see this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I see this, I'm actually going to end up changing my opinion, okay? I'm not going to call this subwaves 1 anymore. Before, I called this subwaves like 1, right? But I'm actually going to call this in here my fourth wave that ended up getting a double bottom, and fifth wave right there. This makes a lot more sense in my personal opinion. So if we actually go to a 4 hour time frame, what we'll notice is that we're about to get a MACD crossover, which basically means that in about 8 hours, I'm guessing, we're going to get a negative tick on the histogram to the finally to the negative side. MACD certainly looks like it wants to cross over there from my perspective. And I also see 5 waves that's forming here, right? I see 5 easy waves that are forming, starting from this point right here. Now, right? It's so hard to argue against that, guys, right? Yeah, it's really difficult to argue against that, actually. Actually, you know what? Yeah, this one here made the final C wave coming down, like that, right? The final C wave coming down. So because I actually have it drawn like that, actually this one kind of went down to over here roughly, right? So I might actually consider this a subwave 1. I'm not really sure exactly yet if I should. It's really going to come down to the next particular wave, in my opinion. right? So we'll see how that actually ends up going. If we just do an extension from this first wave right there, what we see is that it could have been easily hit as well from these particular targets. We say to ourselves with ease, guys, that if this one hits roughly, right, 261.8 region, then we can also say that this one right here would hit slightly higher than the 261 or 161.8 region, that we would just simply say that this one could also hit the 261.8 region. So I hope that makes sense there. I'm going to say since wave 3 hit 161.8 extension, assume wave 5 can hit 261.8. So I hope that makes sense right there. And this one here, right? And that pretty much hit the target right there. Just to give you guys a really good idea of how I do my technical analysis. This way you guys can also get an idea of how I think. I'm just going to do a quick snippet here, put it in my Steemit blog because it's a lot easier to keep everything in actually one video than making multiple videos. So let me just get onto my Steemit here and post it really, really quickly so you guys don't have to, so I don't have to waste my time later down the road. So, okay, so assuming that this actually is top, really hard to assume otherwise, right? Because we're definitely seeing pretty much five waves in here. But if this is not 5 waves, guys, like there's still a chance for us to hit, I think 9,200. If I'm absolutely wrong, okay, if I'm wrong with my count, there could be one more possible wave going upwards. So we're gonna have to evaluate this on a micro time frame and go a little bit lower. So let's say we actually went to there, right? One, like what if this is 3? Not likely, really not likely, but it's still possible, guys. Still possible for us to get one more hit up there. Yeah, I should probably assume the bullish scenario still. Okay, this is the bullish scenario where we're pretty much done correcting for this short term. Okay, highly unlikely in my personal opinion. Highly unlikely that we're gonna possibly get like one more extension up here. Bullish count, which I'll write in for you guys. I really doubt it though. I think I nailed the top there with you guys, right? It was a pretty good prediction where I was releasing the bearish scenario views earlier. Bullish scenario, which is not as likely as the bearish scenario. Okay, so the bullish scenario we break we break 9064. Which I'll write in here for you guys. So just make sure we're all on the same page. We break 9,064 and rally to 9,200, 9,300 range. I think the rally is kind of done, guys. I'm sorry to say, right? That's the bullish scenario. And then we end up correcting, right? We end up correcting further, wherever that ends up taking us. So I'm just going to copy this very quickly, post this on my Steemit for you guys. All right, so this is the bullish scenario, but the bearish scenario is more so in play to me. So a break below, a break below 87.69. Bullish bearish scenario states that more likely in my opinion, and will be validated by a break below 87.69. Was it 87.69 or was it 80? No, that can't be it. 86.16, sorry. 86.16. Yeah. So always got to make sure that we have two cases, right, guys? We have to remember that we accommodate and we account for unforeseen circumstances. So when they actually do happen, we have a very good idea of how to play them. So make sure that you guys are always understanding why I've got multiple different counts, right? And I take my Fibonacci extension over here. Let's just say we do it from all the way here. Something like this, okay? right? And I'm basically anticipating like a really long sideways kind of trend, but I'm just confirming, first of all, that I'm drawing it in here properly, right? Um, yeah, I'm sorry to say, but like it could be days, like, it could be just a slow and long drawn out, you know, type of correction, but who knows, right? I'm gonna anticipate it more like sideways, right? Something like that. I'm gonna say about 8,500, right? Just to assume a very bullish count. Just make sure that we're all on the same page here. 8,500 to 8,000 range. 8,500 to 8,000 range, because this region here will act as a very strong support. Okay, this region will act as a strong support right here. So this region right here acts as a very hard resistance, which I don't see us breaking higher than it for a while. Okay, not in the first attempt, right? This region acts as a hard support. Based on the previous interim high, if that makes sense, okay? We call this basically the interim high, which definitely should make sense to a lot of people. Right here, because of this guy, right? Super easy to understand that. We will figure it out. This one we'll figure it out. I'll put this like a really different color for you guys to see, okay? This region acts as a strong support thus far. We'll say 8K, strong psychological number here. This region acts as a strong support based on previous price action. That should make a lot of sense as well. A correction zone, if we do correct further, I do see correction range between 8,500 to 8K, and it will be more accurate as we give it more time and get more information. A correction target range is currently large, between 8,500 to $8,000. Higher accuracy and range tighten as more data arrives. Okay, so I hope this makes sense to you guys as well. That there's kind of two cases right now. Like I don't really see it getting, I can't see it getting much higher for now. Okay, I do see it just kind of tightening up for a little bit, and we'll get more information if we actually break down further. So like you guys got to think of the previous area, right, with a lot of activity over here. I mean, we're talking about it extends all the way to, even these ranges, right? But right now it's more so better to talk about this interim high over here. Okay. This region acts as a strong hard support based on interim high, which is kind of like in between, 9,000 and about 9,000 and 9,250, like all the 9,300 range, basically, right? This is 99,000, 9,200. Actually, I'm just gonna write it all out over here. 9,000 to 9,300. Okay, I hope this makes a lot of sense to you guys. I'm just gonna draw it a little bit bigger so you guys can see what I'm talking about as well. Make sense? Yeah, this should make a lot of sense to you guys, right? You guys are smart. I know a lot of my viewers are a lot smarter than I am, so based on the comments that you guys write, definitely. I'm going to change this actually to 9,200. Yeah, 9,200 seems a lot better. So yeah, this looks pretty good, right guys? I just want to give you guys a quick little update. How long has the video been? Cool, it's only been about 20 minutes. Not really that long at all. Usually my videos are a lot longer than that, right? Just going to take off some of this data so you guys have a very clean chart to deal with. I'm kind of an OCD freak if you guys don't know that, right? 8,000. Assume bullish correction between 0.236 and 0.32. Fib extension, Fib retracement, range. So yeah, these are my thoughts, guys, for now. All right, easy thoughts. I gotta get back to my log scale here because it's actually skewing the data a little bit. There we go. This looks very presentable now. 8,500 to about the 8,000 range. Let's just make this a little bit nicer for you guys. As more data arrives, there you go. This is a really nice chart now. Something like that. Not the best, but hey, it's the best I could do for you guys for now. I know that it's difficult to deal with charts that can vary like this sometimes, but we just have to go based on what we know, guys. And I'm very proud of you guys. I don't mean that condescendingly in any way, okay, guys? I'm proud of you guys if you guys didn't enter a long position above 9K, right? Because it's I always give two possible or even three possible cases if you guys have noticed, right? And what I always try to preach to people is that we should always account for every possible thing that can happen because if we do, there are no surprises. So then we know how to react as the data comes in and we know exactly what can happen. So there's a case right now. You guys simply just lost out on the trade if you didn't enter around the 8,458 range right there when it broke out, as those people are probably still holding, I'm guessing, right? Because there's no reason to actually sell yet. But you know, if it breaks below the 86.16, the person myself, I would consider taking profit because if you entered around 84.68 there, then clearly we're going to get a chance to actually break down to one of these lower ranges right here. So that wick right there, that was a huge bearish engulfing candle. That right there was very indicative, in my opinion. Uh, this one is more likely and will validate with a break below 86.16 there. Yeah, so I think this one's going to be much more likely to happen. I'm just going to post this on my Steemit very quickly as well here, give you guys a quick update. So other than that, like we look at, you know, I clear all this up, guys. Okay, I'm going to clear all of this off right now, and I just look at some bearish signs, right? Like we're definitely gonna, that was a big downtrend. This is more like a bearish pattern. This one's down ticking negatively on the histogram. The 4 hour looks like it could very well come down here as well. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel more bearish right now than anything. I don't think that's really support, right? Think of it like as a bearish flag that's coming down. That's the way I'm kind of seeing it. I see this as kind of my ABC, right? So if I actually do ABC, just something like that, A, B, and C, right? You guys can see very clearly from a one-to-one extension minimum, just yeah, one-to-one minimum, okay? Right there to right there to right here. What we see with a one-to-one is yeah, the target right now, you know, is roughly 84.24 or something like that, okay? Just based on what we see. If this were the actual if this were like a one-to-one type of extension, right? If we base this off of a one-to-one extension of ABC alone, the target is roughly 84. Yeah, if we base this off a one-to-one ABC extension, target of one-to-one is 8,424. So this is fairly extrapolated and requires more data, which in the next few hours should be sufficient to generate a higher accuracy C target. So I hope that this makes sense for you guys, right? And this is assuming that this is the B top. Assuming this is the B top. Okay, so this is my last chart that I'll be posting as well. I hope that this all makes sense, guys, that we do have a chance to possibly rally a tiny bit higher, but because we kind of are getting more bearish signs than anything, especially with the candles and the price action in general, it's very difficult for us to assume that we're actually going to get one more wave down, right? Tell me what this looks like to you guys. Tell me what this looks like. You guys are smart. This looks like a bearish flag, right? Where it has definitely has the characteristics of a bearish flag that wants to break down. And because it is a bearish flag, you guys got to see it like that, right? This is a bullish flag, right? Something like that. Makes sense? And that's a bearish flag, just like that. So unfortunately, I got no choice but to assume, also based on other indicators like the RSI as well, that there's a much higher chance for it to actually trend down than for it to actually trend upwards. So anyways, I'll leave you guys with this right here. I appreciate all the love and the support that you guys have given me. You know, I see a lot of coins are much more bearish right now, guys, and bullish. Okay, so please still stay very cautious. And as you guys know, I offer a lot of different perspectives in terms of multiple counts and different scenarios. And my accuracy has been, it's been very, very good, guys, so far for the past 6 months that you guys have been following me, or however long. Yes, I am wrong a lot of the times, but I'm right way more than I am wrong, and that is actually what makes a successful trader, right? We try to be much more right than we are actually wrong. So always take my information with a grain of salt, though. Keep that in mind, right? Take it with a grain of salt, because my way is not the only way to do technical analysis. There's many other ways and perspectives as well. So my best advice to give to people is to actually take advice from multiple perspectives, watch multiple traders, multiple technical analysis. More importantly, spend and dedicate a lot of time as well to honing your technical analysis skills. Make sure you guys are practicing during this not so crazy bull run quite yet, because the last thing you want to do is be not as good as the other guy to your left or to your right. You want to make sure that you have some sort of consistency and skill that you can develop to be a lot better than the next trader. If you're not as good as the other guys out there and you're only following like sheep, then unfortunately, you're going to get destroyed in the market eventually, because there's going to be better athletes out there than you, right? So make sure that you guys are practicing every single day. Be sure to check out my Steemit tutorials if you find that they will help you in general. And I would really appreciate an upvote on Steemit if you guys feel that I'm doing an awesome job and you guys want to let me know, especially, and you appreciate it more, you're welcome to donate to the cryptocurrency piggy bank that my dog and I have, and the links are all in below. But don't ever go crazy with a donation, just enough for lunch or a beer, and I'm actually very, very happy with just that, okay? So have yourselves a great day, guys. I apologize if I rushed the video. I need to get back to sleep. I wanted to finish this in less than a 1 hour video. So other than that, have a great day. I'm going right back to bed because I'm still super groggy. So have a great day, traders. Bye now. Take care.